Hello, hello, good morning. Hello, Perkin. Hey, or Jay. Good morning. That is a lovely number of emotes that you have. Let's see. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to mention out what we were doing today to the tweeters. I need to fix that. Okay, there's that. Back to you. All right, so today the plan is going to be to basically I want to set up experiment around with Yew a little bit more. And then I thought like the perfect use case for it right now would be to make sort of like a Christmas card page. I'm thinking of something that has maybe some like simple trees on it, maybe some snow falling. I don't know if I want to do this with a just normal DOM elements and have them sort of like moving around, maybe some snow falling, or if I want to use the canvas and then draw to it. We can maybe play around with both of them, but to begin with, let's go ahead and set ourselves up a everything to run. So as normal, we're going to do this in a code space. So that means we need to create ourselves a repo. And you know what might be helpful is coming up with a list of like what we're going to do with this. So let's create the repo first, then we'll come up with a our like to-do list. Oh wait, I already have GitHub. Not logged in. No. Okay. I don't have my second factor down here with me. So I'm just gonna have to ignore that for right now. Okay, you go away. I'll create you here. Interesting. When I have it zoomed in and small, the plus button for the new repo disappears. Okay, so new repository, builds. We're gonna call this, I think, let's just call this like a Christmas. Ooh, what if we just do this as like not necessarily Christmas themed as the name of the repo, and then we can just make other cards in here later if we want. So we'll just do like animated cards. Animated card websites. Animated card web pages. Make public. Go ahead and give me all the things. Okay, you exist. Coding Garden fan, hello. And so now we can come here and how you doing today? All right, so the plan today, my idea is we're gonna make these like animated cards. This one's gonna be Christmas themed, probably, obviously, and then maybe we can do like other themed ones later. But I'm thinking for right now some like very generic Christmas trees, like just triangles, and then maybe something else going with that. Let's see. Hold on. I'm doing good. Thank you, Coding Garden. Stacking, hello, and you gifted 5 tier 1 subs to the community. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Stacking. And also welcome to be a sub, Wendy, Qubit, Dota, Vic the Slick, and KO2 Fan. Happy holidays indeed, Stacking. Stacking also because you didn't get one yourself. Hold on. Can I actually? Oh, come on. There it goes. Maybe, possibly. No? Okay. I was trying to gift you a sub, but when I click the complete purchase button, it doesn't let me do it. That's too bad. Oh, you had to remove your card and re-add it? Oh. Well, I tried. I'm sorry. I'll have to do that later some other time, because I don't want to like remove my card and add that in right now. I am going to instead put a note to myself so I don't, otherwise I will forget it. So, gift stacking a sub. Cool. All right, so what are we doing? The plan, right? So first off, we want to spin up a Yew server. So spin up a Yew. I guess it's not really a server, right? Because Yew is all just front end framework type thing. It's kind of based upon React. So spin up a Yew site. KO2 Fan, I think you were subbed at one point in time, but like after I stopped streaming like every single day, I did notice that like a lot of the subs went down, and I'm perfectly fine with that because heck, if I'm not able to provide that value every day, then like I don't really deserve those subs. But hopefully I've been slowly getting myself back to the ability to like sleep better, and then I'll be able to stream early in the mornings again. But I don't know exactly when that's going to happen, but here's to hoping that it'll get there. Okay, spin up a Yew site. So we're going to spin that up. Then what's next? After we spin up the Yew site, we probably need to decide if we're going to be going with a canvas or not. So experiment with canvas. After canvas, then it's basically I'm thinking we add in like a message that you can say, so any of us can use this as like just a card for anybody. And I'm thinking of using that in the URL, so you can have a query parameter where it's like message equals, and then you just write in a bunch of stuff. So catch a query. I guess we probably should design. So design the card, and then we'll just sort of add. Well, we'll do some more planning once we get to this point. All right, so first up, spinning up a Yew site. Let's see, we did this not too long ago, but it's probably not a bad idea to redo this again. Let's also double check that I have the latest version of Rust here. Which I do not. Okay, so we're gonna go up to 1.57, and in the meantime, let's go find, I think it's we have this are we yet. Let's go here to are we web yet. And then we'll find you. Oh wait, that's it. That's an example. Okay. That can get us to you. Okay, project setup. We'll obviously need cargo. We need to install the WASM unknown target. Let's see. Oh, okay. Here's the command. Rest up, target add unknown. I don't know why I was looking at a different, like for different paragraphs with it, not in the same paragraph. It says, yeah, just here's the one thing to install. All right, so let's add you. Okay, so trunk. We need to build that. Do we need to install that, or is it just telling us that that it's going to be used? Oh, I think we're gonna need it. Okay, so trunk. Copy you. Okay, so cargo install the trunk wasm bindgen CLI. And then wasm pack. We'll also, okay, we'll need to install you after this is installed. All of them, but one isn't supported anymore. You forgot which one you need to use. Oh, okay. Well, we'll figure out. Maybe. Oh, this is documentation for U18. So this is not what we need. They all do the same thing. So then trunk is maybe. Why am I actually about 19? Okay, hold on. I was looking at the wrong documentation. Okay, so we're on 19. Installing Rust. Okay, so we added that. This is nicer. Now we see the install there. Okay, so we cargo install trunk. I think we did that already. And that's it. We've got it. We got everything good. Yeah, this documentation is much nicer. Okay, so then we're going to create our new application, run it, and let's see. Oh, that would be our hello world. You're almost done. I don't want to install all my extensions, though I completely forgot. We're gonna need to install the, what is it called? The Rust Analyzer extension also, just to make sure that we got everything that we need to get in there. Let's see. Two more. You know what we can do in the meantime? We can log into our Envision whiteboard. Do I have that? No. Give me 1 second. Okay, that one. Never saved that. Okay, we're back. All right, so let's create a new freehand here, and we'll just call this maybe like the card. Guess like animated cards. Animated card web pages. Huh. This is new. Cool. I don't necessarily see one that would be good for cards. Maybe you. All right, so I do have dark mode on this. It is like unofficial. It's just sort of like the dark mode web extension, which kind of makes it a little bit hard to see things over here. It sucks a little bit, but we'll have to see about that. Don't think they added in a dark mode yet. Just sort of like taking a look at, do they have any settings? No, I don't think so. So are you a pencil? Yes. Okay, so we can totally do our sort of like animated card through this way. So let's go ahead and give ourselves text. Do a Christmas. I guess this is as light as I can get. And I want to shape. So this will be our card. So I did get invited into a beta for the Envision app experience. So this is slightly different than what you would get if you logged in. It's like mostly the same, but little things that I've noticed are different. It will actually like lock things in. There's a grid system now, which is really nice. And I'm sure there's some other things that we're going to notice as we go through it. All right, what do we got in here? You're still not done. Okay, well, we can start designing. I'm thinking that text-wise, it should probably be pretty easy for us to do something, say something like Merry Christmas, and then have like a name. So if we want to send this to like a family member, so, you know, Merry Christmas name. So in this case, let's just do Merry Christmas Twitch chat. So I am on the Threadripper. However, I am doing this on a code space. So that means that this is not using my Threadripper CPUs, but using an Azure something CPUs. Do you remember how to check what the architecture is for a Linux system, specifically like an Ubuntu? 'Cause I don't remember off the top of my head. We can sort of check that out maybe. All right, so we've got you. Then the next thing, if I remember, was just a cargo new. Yeah, cargo new. So cargo new. Let's call this Christmas 2021. And we'll just do our cargo run to just get our hello world. Now, okay, so we want to dependencies, add Yew. So let's add cargo edit. Is Codespace out of beta? It is out of beta. Codespace is out of beta. In fact, my work has been paying for Codespace for a little bit of time, which is really nice because there's some applications that we have that Codespaces are not that great for. That being said, if you were not in the beta to access it, you now have to pay for it. So that's the only unfortunate side. It's not prohibitively expensive if you're running a business using it, as in if you're making money as you're using it. If you're not and you're just doing it for fun, it's probably not worth it if you have a computer that can handle it. That being said, if you're running like an iPad or something, then a Codespace is actually really nice. I've actually done it, and when I was traveling and needed to update something, it worked out really well. Okay, I'm also, because I'm on the cheaper, the beta, I think I'm on the cheapest or possibly even cheaper than cheapest Codespace. They're continuing to allow us beta users to use it for free for an unknown amount of time until it's no longer good for them. Okay, so what I want to do, we want to close you down. Let's open up our cargo toml. We want to add in Yew. Let's actually install some extensions while we're here. So let's do Rust. Get Rust Analyzer. Let's also get cargo. I guess crates is another one. Oh, I guess I might have to reload it for the crates one to work. Oh, that's too bad. We can install, what is it called? It's cargo edit, I think. So cargo install cargo edit. And this cargo plugin is going to allow us to just do things like cargo add and then Yew. And then that should add in the most recent one here. So I won't need to do that line. They probably are using something like the micro, and they do spin it down pretty quickly after I stop using it. So like if I don't touch anything in VS Code, then it's not that happy with me. Also, just because they allow this, I could run this VS Code instance in the browser too, which is how I would do it with something like an iPad or even an iPhone. Although using an external keyboard is pretty essential if you want to do real programming and like in a tablet. But it's decently fast. It comes with pretty much everything you need. Like Rust is installed by default these days. I haven't felt the need to customize the code space, although I might want to, just to get like cargo edit added in there and some of the other, globally installed Rust things. I guess global is the wrong word, because Rust is installed per home directory right now, and but I would still be able to set something like that up. Yeah, the other thing is like I could They have a lot of shells. I think I mentioned this before. They have a lot of shells that we can use, like fish, ZSH, which I'm 99% sure they've just taken from Oh My ZSH. Like the configuration for that. PWSH? I don't know if I'm familiar with that one. And of course, Bash. So if we wanted to use fish, it's just as easy as, okay, I'm using fish now. Let's see. What did I want to do here? I wanted to, oh, let's take a look at top. Top, I think it's O, CPU. Okay. Just give me top. We can see, there's my CPU. Oh, not that much is being used. I guess node? Huh, code spaces must be running node stuff, node scripts in the background. Oh, you're also done, so that would prevent you from actually doing anything. All right, cargo add Yew. So by adding that, we get version 19.3. Okay, we need to update main RS. So first of all, something we can just start immediately. Let's do a cargo build. Just to start getting Yew building. Okay, so if I just copy Yew, head to our main. All right, so what is this gonna do? We bring in the Yew prelude. We're gonna, oh, this is that add one again. Okay. So we're gonna use add one. This should all be fine. So then we should be able to, once this is finished, oh, it's finished building. How do I run this? Is it just cargo run? Nope. Add an index.html direct file in the root directory of my app. Okay. We're in here. We'll do a cat to index.html. We go for that. Chantilly, hello. Good morning. And okay, it's gonna be trunk serve. So I think the last time we played with WebAssembly, like just on its own, we didn't have trunk. I think we used like the bindgen and we used the other libraries. I wonder if trunk would make that a lot nicer for us now. Or does it like just combine all those together? Okay, so the server is listening. What's really important here is it's listening at 0000. So this will be port forwarded to my local host at the same port. So that means I can come to Firefox and go to localhost 8080. And here's our +1 app. So we should be able to see in the debugger, here's our WASM file. You don't like to load. I guess you won't let me load the WASM file. Firefox does have the ability to kind of sort of debug WASM. Kind of. It doesn't like this though. And I played around with it a little bit. I was able to like go into WASM. I was able to set up a breakpoint and it triggered as expected. Now, the problem is that you're debugging in the assembly of WebAssembly, not like the sort of rusty version of WebAssembly. So it's a little bit harder to sort of like see what's going on or what part is your code actually. But it is interesting that you can actually do that. Okay. Now that we have this, we want to come back here. And if I remember correctly, we want to figure out, Oh, what is it? We want to figure out components. Ooh, but even before then, we need to know whether or not we're going to be going with canvas or not. For kids these days not remembering coding, not coding in assembly. I know, like I'm old enough that I could have coded in assembly if I had started when I was really young, but I didn't. I didn't really truly start real programming until, I don't know, like I was working as a systems administrator. All the other little toys that I made were like just write this into BASIC in your computer that comes with every computer. That doesn't even come with every computer now. So, yeah. All right, so we've got you. Let's go ahead and also we'll use fish for our GitHub. Get status. I am concerned about this number here. So let's also, we're missing a get ignore in here. Okay, so we're probably have to put in a target. That brought it down to 9. That's probably a lot more appropriate. Yeah, that looks right. Although, look, there's this dist also. We probably don't need the dist directory in here. So let's add that in too. So if we take a look, you would be fine. You're fine. Cargo lock is fine. Toml's fine. HTML is fine. This one is not. And then main is fine. Okay. Go ahead, close you all up. Okay, so we have all these. All right, what are we doing here? We are, I guess, like we've initially like created the initial app. So created initial Yew app. And I can go ahead. We already have a branch, so I can just push this. If you all want to see this, let me go find the URL for it. This is the URL for that. Let me share that in chat too. And if you're watching the VOD, I'll have that down below in the description. Okay, so next up, we want to experiment a little bit with Canvas. Specifically, I want to find out how easy or hard or impossible or very possible using Canvas is with you. We did try Canvas before, but that was just like plain pure Rust with WebAssembly and just trying to like set that up on my own. I have since then read a book that described in great detail how to set up a Canvas and start using it in just native Rust, and I kind of want to start that, like try that again. Or maybe we can use a different framework, because there's now more and more web game frameworks that use Canvas and WebAssembly. So I'm things to look forward to. Okay, so experiment with Canvas. First of all, let's see if there's any documentation in here on this. So we have examples. Do you starter templates? I don't know. No. Parcel. You know, Parcel's something I want to take a look into too. I heard that Parcel uses Rust behind the scenes to compile all the the JavaScript and TypeScript into well, whatever you want, I guess, into JavaScript, and it's super fast. Do I just need like the API? Okay, well, I can't search for canvas there. More? I was hoping that there'd be something in here where I can see, like, just search for canvas. Can I search here? No, I can't. Okay, so let's create a. Let's try creating a simple component and then see if I can put a canvas element in it. Maybe that will work. So build. Okay, so we're gonna follow this idea here. So we already have this like add one thing that we have. I want to create a component. I would most likely need to use Wasm Bindgen. Do I need to use Wasm Bindgen with that? This looks simple enough for creating like normal, I guess like normal things that go onto the screen, right? Oh, look here. Okay, so we can use HTML. Okay, so that's what we want to do. We're gonna create a component with a canvas tag. I mean, I suppose it's possible that it would work. So let's try to just create one. I'll just create one in here. Let's see, if I take you, we don't need this message. Okay, so model, I don't know if we need that. Okay, so model import component. So let's call this like our call this like the display. Don't necessarily need to store anything in there right now. Okay, so we have our properties is nothing. We're gonna create. So we have our context coming in. We're gonna return a self value 0. So it's gonna do that. Okay, so when the update hook happens, then we take in context messages, we return a boolean on whether or not I think we need to redraw. So match, okay, so if it's one of these, which we don't need to because message. Okay, so we can match on message, but I think there's nothing in here. So I think that's all we need to do. I can just take you off and we're just gonna say false for right now. Can I find type model in the scope? Oh, because it's display now. Okay, view. Okay, so creating the view here, it's gonna return some HTML. So we need a potential link here. I think we can. What? I'm just gonna get rid of these. What are you upset about? Null trait items, missing message. Oh, we need a message. Okay, so type message equals, right now we don't have one. Okay, for this view, we want to reset you. So let's do just a very simple canvas. Guess we'll just call this, like, I don't know, main canvas card. Can I put anything in the canvas? I don't remember anymore. Let's see. Let's just do this. It'll be plain and empty. We won't be able to see anything, but this should be fine because I should be able to see this HTML code in here. Okay, and then you are display. Okay, so then we're not using you. And we aren't using you. Okay. Now I don't think... Ooh, it auto refreshed for me. So everything is gone. If we take a look here, hey, look at that. We have a canvas with this ID. So I think this might work. I think that because you doesn't actually care, because it's just gonna take that text that I create for like the JSX style text and turn it into HTML, then Canvas might just work out for us. That being said, I want to go to MDN for Canvas, and I want to see how I can draw something to it. Because it's been a long time since I've done this, and I want to make sure that I can. Okay, so we're going to do this. This is going to be a real test, because if I can draw something into this, then we can do all sorts of cool stuff to it. Now, this is going to be basically getting elements like queries and all that fun stuff. Can we do that with you? Or is this going to be more of like a React type thing where we don't set something in here? In which case, then stacking, you'd be right. We'd have to pull in like wasm bindgen. Let's see. There's wasm pack. Does that have a wasm bindgen? Ooh, it does. There's that parcel template. Maybe we want to use that instead. Not sure why they brought up wasm pack when on that one page they said it's a dead project. Yeah, that is a little bit interesting. Doesn't really see anything but like grabbing. I guess that at that point you're just using wasm pack. Okay, so wasm bindgen. Okay. You builds off wasm bindgen and specifically uses the following of its crates. Wasm bindgen. Okay. Do they re-export it? No, it looks like we'll have to pull that in ourselves. But then we can do this, the entire like extern C, and then pull in the functions like log for console log. So we could try this. There's a lot of things in here we could try. There's WebSys off of Wasm-Bindgen. Let's see. Components. Well, look at this. Okay, so I can create element this way. Also, does it mean I can get an element? Let's see, what are you doing? Going from one language to JS in all the WebAssembly frameworks I played with are a pain. So far, that's been my experience too, but I haven't gotten that far into Yew to like, I'm hopeful that this will be nice, but we'll find out. Okay, so they're using glue utils. So wait a second, do I need to install glue utils? So external libraries. Take me here, okay. Interesting. So console timers, dialogues, events, pause timers, web storage. That doesn't seem exactly right. You played with Blazor not too long ago. It also has the same problems. Yeah, we might end up skipping. Might end up skipping the canvas just because grabbing it might be too difficult. That being said, like that's not like the worst thing in the world because CSS animations are pretty good. Now with glue, okay, so glue. Can I just install it, or you don't say how to get involved, like how to get it going? I wonder if I can just install glue this way. Yeah, okay, just add it in there, okay? I'm gonna do a cargo add glue. Cargo add glue. And then if we go back to, where did we find that? There was some, was it the tutorial? Now there's something where we can see like a document where it did like a glue document. Oh, use Yew utils document. Oh, that's gonna be better. Okay, so Yew utils document. That's what I want to do. Then if we come back to here, okay, so let's go to utils. And inside of here, document. Oh, okay, so you don't have that. Okay, fine. Document. It's hidden from the documentation? The only thing I can think of. Okay, so can I do use Yew utils? Oh, you don't exist anymore. Not in this version. Okay, I think that's our issue. You're in 18. I need to go to 19. It keeps on like sending me in back to 18. Wait a second. What? Project setup. Oh, it. Wait, where was I? Okay, take me back to that page. So this is in elements DOM. So concepts HTML elements DOM nodes. But I'm on 18. So if I go to 19, so concepts HTML elements DOM nodes. Go to that. So concepts HTML elements DOM nodes. Oh, okay. So they switched to using glue utils. Do I need to install glue utils? I bet I do. Okay, here it is. So let's get this installed. I don't know if I even need glue. Okay, so we're gonna do use glue utils document. Don't know if I would need like an update or anything to like basically have it constantly moving. I wonder if I can have like an infinite loop running somewhere that we start. That would be interesting. What are you? Glue utils. Okay, you have a document. Why do you? Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's say that I want to. Giving like a game loop is going to be very interesting, and I wonder how I'm going to end up doing that. I wonder if I'm going to want to like just basically send some kind of like frame number constantly through it, which updates it, then runs like, hey, give me this thing and go with it. I don't know. Let's try with create. Create probably hasn't run the view yet. We need the view to exist. Are there other things? change, destroy, rendered. Note that rendered calls do not always follow render request. The create call is always followed by a call to view and later by rendered. Okay, so if I call by rendered, then the view is guaranteed to exist. Changed is called when properties past the components changed. Okay, so rendered is probably what I want to do here. First render. It's going to be interesting. So I now know that the canvas exists. So can I do let canvas equals, so then we want document dot I guess it's document like that dot, what can I do here? Is there like a query selector? There's a lot of DOM related things here. Q is before query selector. Okay, so selectors is going to be a string. So I want an ID of card. It returns a result, so we're going to have to unwrap because this does not return anything. Okay, and that gives me an option. So if it found it, so then if I do a double unwrap, so now I have this canvas element. So I'm guaranteed to have the canvas unless something weird happened. If I save you, that should yell at me if it didn't work. Where's my, there you are. No, there you are. No weird output there. No weird output here. Can I do a console log using glue utils? So can I do a, how would it be? It'd be like a glue utils dot, I don't have like a log. How about glue dot? Nope. Let's see. What can I log? Or what can I do with this? We could do, okay, so then we can just call elements on it. We go back to MDN. I then want to do this get context. Okay, so canvas.get context. So let, I guess this would be the canvas context is equal to canvas dot. It probably is not aware that this is a canvas element, and therefore it doesn't look like it has the get context. Like I can do interesting things with it. I wonder if I would have to tell it what type it is. Okay. So canvas dot, I can't do like canvas dot, so we can do something like set, we can do add event listeners. That's nice. Here, we'll do some inner HTML and then we'll just say hello. You don't like that. You take... Oh, that's a getter. Is there a set? Set inner HTML. Hello. That, just as that. Here's our hello in there. Now, I don't think that's going to display because, well, it's also possible that it's too dark. So if I set you to be color white, no, that doesn't work because it's behind a canvas. So I think our problem here is that I don't have a game loop type thing to update things automatically in Yew. It's going to be more of like a normal web app type thing. So I think what we're going to end up doing is not use a canvas and just use normal DOM elements. I think that's going to make a lot more sense for us. So let's go ahead and it's actually really interesting, and we're able to create a canvas. I can even get the canvas here, but I can't run the command to get the canvas context. I would have to start doing things in, I would have to start like bringing in the web bindgen library directly, I think, unless I can somehow tell it what type of element this really is. But at that point, I think it's we're getting a little bit beyond what we wanna actually do. So it is pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and just say we experiment with canvas, and the result is not to use canvas with Yew for any type of like ongoing game loop type thing. Okay. All right, so experimented with canvas. Not going to use it for this project. So far though, I'm pretty happy with our ability to select DOM elements and sort of like move forward that way. It seems pretty easy compared to the last time we took a look at WebAssembly. All right. What's next? Let's head back into our README. Now we're gonna go with design the card. Ooh, examples with WASM bindgen. Let's take a look. Yes, so we're gonna use the other thing that I'm really concerned about is the ongoing animations, like the game loop, and I'm not sure how to work that into Yew. It's sort of like I'm trying to model it like, how would I do this if I was just using React or Vue or any other kind of like just JavaScript? How would I put a game loop inside of there? And I'm not exactly sure how I would do that. So like, even if I can get a canvas, I don't know if it's gonna help out. Okay, so canvas, we tell it what it is from WebSys. Dine into, well, hello. Dopey. You want? Ready? Go. Yeah, okay, so here's where we get the context, and then we can, well, and then there's this dine into, but we do the context beforehand. I think that's the key here. And then of course, then there's all the drawing stuff. This is pretty static. I think we can use the canvas to create some interesting things. I just don't think we can use Yew for it. Hi. You didn't bring it back. How about this one? Ready? No, that wasn't interesting. Okay, how about this one? Okay, so thank you for that stacking. I'm gonna keep this in my list of things to take a look at, and we'll probably do something with Canvas maybe later, and play around with it then. The biggest problem is always going to be from WebAssembly to JavaScript and back again. I know, that's like the hardest part. I wonder if Parcel helps with that. Last time I checked Parcel, it was 1.0 Parcel, and their Rust support was not that great. Maybe it's gotten a lot better with 2.0. All right, so here's the plan. We're gonna have Merry Christmas with a name in here, and my thoughts are that you would be going to something like HTTP localhost / wait, localhost 80. Then probably we'll do a / like, I don't know. Oh, you know what? Let's just pretend we do. I think I have Brooks builds. Do I have Brooks builds? I think I do. I don't know if it has like a dash or not in it. But let's just imagine that I actually know what my own domain is. So I do a like cards.brooksbuilds.com /Christmas 2021. Then we'll do a query, like start the queries, and we'll just say like name equals Twitch. I don't remember what, I'll just say like Twitch chat like that. I don't remember what the space is. It's like the NSB something. Then that. So far, that's what it would look like. We'll grab this out of a query parameter, and then that will show in here. All right, now that we're here and we know which card it is because of the route, and we're gonna load that up appropriately, what exactly would we want to display for like the actual card? Like, what's the content? I'm thinking just some basic shapes that we can do with CSS really easily. I'm thinking, ooh, can we find some images? If I could find some like Christmas tree, not vectors, but SVGs, then we can use that to draw the Christmas trees out. And I wonder, can I also just find something on the Google Fonts? Do they have something? I think this would be good enough. We can use this here. We can do color. Huh, I have black and white as a possibility. I wonder if I can, if I make you an SVG, let's download you. Here, open you. Yeah, go ahead and open you here. There's our lovely, that will be our Christmas tree. Okay, let's save you. The downloads. For downloads, let's come back into here and I was really hoping that would load it up. It did not. Okay, fine. Nope, didn't want to do that. Don't open in. Okay, so I can do a, what is it called? Snip. And then paste. Oh God. It wants the white background. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to ignore that for a second. We can put a bunch of these of all different sizes because it's an SVG. We can resize it. We can put them in slightly different positions around. Sort of make a forest. Then we can put some stars in the background. I guess we'll probably want like a really dark greens. Let's give like another rectangle here. We'll fill you fully with like a dark green, sure. We'll bring you all the way to back. Then we'll have the sort of like the dark sky. This could be like a really dark blue, maybe. And then we can have a shape. Oh, we can find some stars. I kind of like those stars that are part of this insights, but if I could actually find that in here. Oh, here. Do I want this star? Or do I want like the outline of the star? I think I want this type of star. So we'll then put a bunch of you out here. This is obviously going to have to be much, much, much darker than we're showing here. But we'll just make these sort of random all throughout. And then I'm thinking the final thing will be snowflakes. I would love to have snowflakes just sort of falling from the top on down. So back, snow. Ah, here, snowflake. Gigantic snowflakes. So these will probably start up here and then just sort of, I'm thinking because it's CSS, I could have it like go some weird path like that, but I think it's going to be easier just to have them fall straight down and then off the screen. And then as soon as they're off the screen, the animation ends and we can just have it repeat from the beginning again. And so if I just create a bunch of them all across, have them randomly start from different heights, then it'll just sort of look like, it won't look like just a single line, it'll just look nice. That's the hope, is that we'll then see these snowflakes at random positions throughout. And then finally, we want some kind of message, right? Because with a card, having some kind of message is well, kind of nice. So let's add in here, I hope you have a great Christmas. I'm thinking we can just put this somewhere in the middle. We'll center align it. We'll make that nice and white. Bring to front. We probably need some kind of like darker background over it. Although if we have this, if we have this dark enough, it'll be visible. That's the plan. We'll have this dark enough and it will be visible at this point. So then looking here, we'll then do and message equals I think it's something like, oh, what is it? It's query param space character. Oh, it's this %20. %20, that's what it is. Okay, so there we go. So we're gonna go I %20 hope 20. Okay, this is going to be the plan. So then we can just share this link out with whoever we want to give them a virtual card, and it can be the same card to multiple people. We can customize the name and the messages. All right, so what did you do? Stop it. Okay, well, apparently that's a feature. I don't know, I must have double clicked on it or something and it took me to some kind of like presentation mode, which is not cool for what this is. All right, so this is the plan. We've got our plan. I think what I can do is take you, come back into here, I'm gonna say design the card, and that is design in a free and at I think I did that backwards. I think it's square, then like that. Okay, so given that we have the design, now we need to know what like how to actually build this thing. So looking at our design, I can see that we're going to need, we have like the main application, which is going to be a component. So we need a component for the entire like card, I guess. So create component for card. Then we're gonna need a component for probably the ground and then the sky. So now, yeah, we're gonna need a component for each of those. So let's just do create components. So we have ground, I guess like main, ground, sky. These are going to be sort of like our holding components. We may have to decide where the messages go. Like, is it going to go like this over both them? Am I going to have it in the sky or whatnot? We'll have to decide where that goes later. I guess what we should do is right away, we should have the main component pull out the information, and then we can pass those as properties down into the application. So let's do this in the order that I want to actually do this in. So we're going to create main component. Then we're going to get the query, get the name from query parameters, get message from query parameters. Okay, once I have that, then we should be able to, I mean, we should just be able to display them right there. That might be good enough. We could display them. We can maybe use CSS, okay, to just like have them sitting there on top of everything else. That might be good to have. So display name. Maybe I'll do that first, like that. Display message. There'll be some CSS involved in that. We could do these as user stories. In which case, main components. I would change this to be as a card viewer. I want to see I want to see my name. I want to see my name. As a card viewer, I want to see the message. Okay, so that's those two. That would include creating like the main component. It would include grabbing everything else and going into it. User stories are usually some kind of like thin vertical sort of slice of the entire app. So it covers many different technologies. Then I want to see the ground. So I'm going to pull these out into as small chunks as possible in case it takes like, longer than just today to make this, then it's like tiny little things that we can do very easily. So as a card viewer, I want to see the ground. Once we have the ground, do I want the sky afterwards? I probably do, to make sure that they're lined up correctly. So say card viewer, want to see the sky. Say card viewer, I want to. Next up, stars or trees. Let's put the trees in there next. So I want to see, let's just do like one at a time, right? So like I want to see a tree. But then immediately after it, once we have one tree and we know that that's working correctly, we want to update that to be as a card viewer, I want to see a forest. Once we have the forest, I think we're done down on the ground part, and then it's going to be stars. So we're going to follow the same pattern with a star. As a card viewer, I want to see a star. As a card viewer, I want to see all the stars. Okay, we have those, and then I probably want to do like a snowflake. So as a card viewer, I want to see a snowflake. I guess we'll just like create one, and then we have to figure out how to make it like actually fall down. So I want to see a snowflake. As a card viewer, I want to see the snowflake fall. As a card viewer, I want to see the when the snowflake falls all the way to the ground, I want it to sort of like repeat, right? It's like it goes down and then it like continues, like repeats the falling. So repeat falling after it finishes. And then I want to just see a like all the snow. So a card viewer, I want to see lots of snow falling. Okay, and I think at that point it's like obviously we want it deployed, we want it ready to go, and then we'll be good. Okay, so anything else I need to do here? I don't think so. I think that's part of our design. If I were to like do epics for this, essentially, we have like the main. It's like we have the main section, then like trees and forests. I don't really know if we need any. I need to do like any of those things. We'll probably do, let's see. Already just sort of like thinking about the web design of this. I'm thinking if I do a single component for an icon, then I can use that for a single snowflake. I can use that for a tree and a star. And then that could be really interesting to sort of like to use that, and it could be repeatable in other projects we use in the future. So that could be interesting. Because I'm sure there's going to be some similarities in there. We're going to have to experiment around with this, because I know components in general. I don't know Yew components super well. So we're going to find that out. All right, well, this is going to be our initial plan. We're going to go with it for right now. And then I guess then it's going to be, we'll do user stories. So designs card, create user stories. Then we'll have to deploy, and then send out. All right, so we created our user stories here. Next up, I guess, you know what? Kind of missing something. Build the card. Do the thing. All right, it is 10 o'clock, which means I want to go take a really quick break and maybe refresh, get some more water going on here. So I will be right back. All right, I am back, and I don't think there's anything that's going to prevent us from just starting to go and building this up. Okay, so first off, as a card viewer, I want to see my name. So we know that this is going to be part of a query parameter, and we know we're going to have to like build the main app to sort of like store that and show everything around. So let's go build that up. Let's see. It's probably going to be like this component that we want to create. I'm thinking we're going to want to create like maybe a component section for this. So let's create a new folder. We can call this, we could have components in here. And I'm also thinking about like the size of components that we have. This is like, we don't have a router, so we're not gonna have like view components necessarily, but in the same time, this is kind of like that. This is like the main application component. Do I want that in just like the library, like the main lib? So do I want something like lib.rs and then the main component is inside of here? Kind of like that idea. It reminds me a lot of both React and Vue, where we have just like app.js. So I think we're going to do that here. So let's go ahead. We're going to bring in the prelude, except I want, okay, no, stop. Make it a file. Okay, so we're going to bring in the prelude. We're going to create this struct and then implement component for it. So let's do struct app. And we can actually call this whatever we want, can we? So we could call this like our Christmas card. Christmas card 2021. No, let's just do app. We know we're going to want to put a name into it. So let's just store that right away. And I guess we'll just have that be a string. So impl component for app. Okay, so we have type message. Right now, we don't have any messages coming into this. And we don't have any properties. I do wonder if I can get that out of properties or app. For our view, let's, I guess, create, we are needing to set what this is going to be up. So if I just set like hello world right now, so let name equals hello world. Let's just make this like a to owned. Okay, so that'll be for create. I won't need the context right this second, but maybe the context will give me access to the URL bar. And in Vue, let's see. In Vue, we're going to just return this HTML. So I probably won't need context right away. And then HTML, what does that look like? It's using this sort of bracket style. So HTML. And then we can just sort of throw in whatever code we want in here. So if I want to do something like main, if I want something inside of that, like maybe our hello world, it's probably not going to be like an H because it's not really a header, is it? And maybe it is a header. So we can do H1, and then this can be our, let's just start with hi. And we'll switch this over to the name as soon as we can. Okay, so we have that. You should be returning, but expected a valid HTML element. What did I do wrong here? Heck, it likes canvas. It doesn't like this. I didn't have to pull in anything for HTML. No, don't do that. Oh, it might be Rust Analyzer. You're probably right. Let's try restarting Rust Analyzer. Maybe that will help. It's surprising that it likes the other one, but doesn't like this one. Okay, so we have you. Oh, is it the high? All right, well, let's sort of like play around with this. So I want you to be, I believe, public, because we're going to take this app and we're going to bring it into our main library here, and we're going to get rid of this component. Okay, so we're going to have main use start app, and then that's going to be our app. So use that. Okay. And do we see? Oh, I still see this canvas. Oh, look at this. Okay. Expected a valid HTML element. This high is not valid. Okay, so I can't do that there. Was it something like brackets or something weird like that, if I remember correctly? We have to go take a look at, let's see, concepts, components. Oh, the HTML. Literals must always be quoted and wrapped in braces. Okay, so I need braces. So can you give me an example? Right there. Okay, braces. So braces, and then quote. There we go. Likes that a lot more. We come back to here. There is our high. All right, so now I want this to be what's stored inside of the, well, inside of here. So if I do now self.name, it's still high. Oh, okay, so you don't implement the copy trait. Can I do a reference? Or do you have to be a string? There we go. Okay. Hello world. And so we want to make you in a center. So what's the easiest way to center something? I guess let's give this like a class center text. Then how do I want to add CSS in? I think there is documentation about CSS somewhere. I vaguely remember seeing like a big CSS section. Getting started, concepts. Okay, that's all in components, HTML classes. Way at the bottom under something, maybe. There it is, under more. Oh, that's not much. To do, great. A proposal. So it looks like there's several of these that are ongoing. Stylist, maybe? Okay, so bring in stylist. Style your component. You can use styled component attribute with CSS. Oh, that's kind of gross. The first list was component libs, which you don't want. Was that this first list? Yeah. There'd be like, that's the equivalent of like Bootstrap, I think. I just want to be able to add my own really quickly. Now, stylist looks like it's going to give me the ability to do inline. To create a style sheet, you can use style. Ooh, okay. This might be better. Style. Wait, where do I put this? So tell the get class name. Well, this wouldn't be runtime. Yeah, it does kind of look like that. Although I wonder if I could store this. Okay, let's see. So we're using stylist here. Let's see if we can get this working. We'll add stylist. And what I'm thinking about trying to do is store this into the state of the component, which may be a terrible idea, which will make it sort of a hybrid between React and Vue. Otherwise, it'll be sort of like the React external to style sheet to, like, there'll be a different file that we pull in. So let's find out. So we want to use this style here. So use style, and then we can just do this. Okay. So we'll probably have, because then we can grab style.get class name. Oh, this is like the entire thing for the entire style sheet. Oh, so I may have to do it sort of like inline. Or a different file, but how do I... Okay, I'm really curious about this, like what we're seeing in here. So let's play around with this inside of this component, and then we can maybe print line. First of all, can I print line inside of here? So can I print line? Just do. Okay. If I do that. Do I see the print line happen in here? I don't see it there. Is it at runtime? I don't see it here at runtime either. And you're not gonna console log that out. Ooh, okay, so I can't print line. Yeah, and it's not in the console, unfortunately, so it's not catching it. I wonder what I can do. I wonder if there's a U console log, like a U logger. Let's see, console logging. So there's the WASM logger. There's, okay, console service. Once again, oh, okay, they removed their own thing. Now it's just WASM logger. So we have to use WASM logger init, WASM logger config default, and then we can use log from WASM logger. You know what? Maybe glue does have something. Let's take a look. So if I do glue, glue utils. Oh, window. So many things in here on a window. Oh wait, there's a glue console. Of course there is a glue console. Okay, let's add that. So cargo add glue console. Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna do Glue. Oh, glue just exports it? Oh, okay. Never mind. Oh, come on. Rust analyzer. Glue console dot. Or I guess it would be : : console. A macro similar to debug that logs JS value, okay, to the console. So if I do glue console hi, I was really hoping to just see that there. Okay, what happened? Oh, the trait bound convert from stir is not satisfied. Oh, from like a double referenced stir. Do you need to be a string? There we go. Okay, so also we're thinking that glue just exports it. I don't see glue. Oh, glue console. There we go. Okay, so I don't need that. Cool. We could just use glue console. Also console debug. What's the difference? Oh, one is using the debug and one is using display. Okay. So now I want to use console, and let's do, I guess we can't do a reference, so we'll have to use name.clone. Would be important if I call it as a function. So here we are, we have our hello world there. Okay, so what I want to do now is use this stylist and create a style for I guess this component, and then see if I can then pull that in, because even if it is going to be in line, or if I can do something like style here, because this is something that you can do in JavaScript. So you can put style tags anywhere you want. So I can just say like, okay, I want this style, give me what would be, it'd be like h1 color red. There we go. Okay, so that would actually work. I could also import a style sheet. Yes, I could do that. I mean, but what's the fun in that? I want to use more modern, like React and Vue, like specifically, I've really fallen in love with the idea of having the styles for the component just be inside of the thing, the component that I'm working on. So I kind of want to just do that if I can. So what I really want to do is have like style, styles, be something in here. I don't know what that is yet. So let styles equal to stylist. I think it was CSS, or was it style? Okay, we're just gonna have the style string. Okay, we're just gonna have a style stir. And then style new. And then I can get class name, whatever. Still, I'm not sure what this thing is about. But let's create this style. So it sounds like this is going to be just R like that with quotes. And then U at the end. And then we can just put on our style. So let's just do like, we'll just say H1. I want you to have a color, make you green so we can see that you're different. Okay. The other thing is that we want this to be center text, right? So we want center text to be text align center. And we'll throw that in here. Now inside of style, what I would really like to do, and I guess I could just throw this as self.styles. Just have that be a reference in here. You know what? This might work. Expected. Okay, so you need to be, what are you? You're a stir, so I want you to be a string. Which means, can I owned this? I can. I wonder if I don't need the stylus thing. There's our green and our centered. So technically I can throw our styles in here. We could also just write it straight up inside of here too. This would allow me to create some kind of like function or variable somewhere else and put it in. Now, if I wanted to create like the stylus and apply it elsewhere, like I guess in this case, I don't really need this. This is kind of useless to me, having this in here, unless I wanted to like use any kind of code to like auto generate new styles. I think what we can do is we'll just have the styles just hard coded in here for right now. And I think that'll make sense for what we need to do. So if I do that, we'll do dot center text is so you should go back to being white with centered, and then we can also make you green. I wonder if I want to pull this like that. Then it'll be a little bit easier to sort of work with. Now, let's say I want to make like my H1 is just going to be green. Okay, so we're back to here. Now, next thing, I want to get my message from the URL. So I want to be able to say, and name equals, I guess, hello. What was it? Question, no, %20. %20, which 20 chat. Oh, okay. Or I could just leave spaces in there, Firefox. That's perfectly fine too. Okay, so how do I get access to that? And can I get away with having this context be debugged out? So can I do blue console debug CTX? Oh, does not implement debug. Okay, let's just try that. The trait bound is not satisfied. It doesn't know how to convert it. So we need to know what's in this context to sort of understand. We can go and take a look at the code. We have scope and props. Oh, that's pub crate from there. Okay. Context. Generally, data is passed down to the robbery trees. Okay. Now, one thing is like I know I can use glue to grab this from the URL bar, like the location bar. But if I can, if you has something to give it to me, then that would be obviously the best. So what? Okay. So context. Yeah, okay, so props would be better, but oh, that doesn't give me anything. Is there a router? There is a router. So if I pull in Yew router, even if I don't want to use anything else, Yew router might give me the ability to just see the route params and then pass those in. So, okay, path segments, stream location, navigation. I'm just looking for query parameters. Query parameters, here we go. Okay, so I think that this would work. Location.query is used to obtain the query parameters. That's what I want to get. So let's go back up to here and see. Okay, so Yew router. So we'll pull that in. You start by defining a route. Okay, so we have an enum that we can create for routes. So all we want to do is have, basically we're just going to go to slash and it's going to load up this component. Okay. So in here, we're going to have routes.rs. It's just going to be this essentially. Okay, so route slash to home and everything else don't really care about. Now, home, I guess is right so far. How do I match this with a component? Okay, here we go. You can, okay, so it's function switch, match routes. So route to home does that. Function component. Okay, we can use a browser router. A route is paired with a switch component which finds a variant whose path matches the browser's current URL and passes it to the render callback. The callback then decides what to render. In case no path is matched, the router navigates to the path with not found attribute. If no route is specified, nothing is rendered, and a message is logged to the console stating that no route was matched. Okay. I only need to register the router component as a context. Router provides session history information to its children and asks how we can get the query information to, I believe. Using uRouter in browser environment, browser router is recommended. Okay, so we're going to use that. So here's, we're in our entire router sections. We have our enum route. Now there's this function secure. Okay, so function component brings in secure. This is showing how we can do this one, I think. So @/secure, we're gonna do that. So we need this switch, it sounds like. So if I pull you in. Okay, so switch routes, route, okay. We're gonna return HTML, we're gonna match the routes. Now we don't have this secure not found because the only thing we're looking at is this home. Right now, it's just going to give us this HTML1, and we want to render a different component when that happens, but we'll worry about that in a second. Then we have these, okay, function components main. Okay, so then this is going to go below you. And so our browser router, our switch. Oh, does this go in main itself now? So I think we're gonna run app here in main, and then that gives us this HTML that. No, that doesn't look exactly right, but I think it's going to be that's our main component. Then I think, okay, this is going to be browser router then. Hold on. I know you're upset. Don't worry about it. For you, okay. So I want you to be, you probably need to be public. I don't know if these all need to be public. We're gonna find out. We're gonna call app, which gives us this component back. I wonder if I can just use this app. So I kind of want to change this to router. But that's a function, not a component. So how would I call that here? Or is this gonna be a browser router? Ooh, I don't know. Call it like you have your app. Well, it's interesting. I don't know how to call it because you start app. Oh, is it still like app? This doesn't feel right. Because this is pulling in mine here, this main component, whereas this, there's no. What are you doing? Are you creating something that I can pull into main? Think of it like a tree. Your router is now the head and you want your app to just be a branch. Oh, no, I get that part. What I don't get is how do I tell the main, because this is a type that's here, right? How do I tell main to start using this router component? Because all I have is router here. I don't have like a type to hand it in and say, use that now. Unless, like, I can say browser router, but I mean, I guess we can go take a look. We still have hello world here, which is not home. So if I use browser router, is there a browser router from that file? Yeah, now, okay, now you're yelling at me saying, hey, this is the wrong type. All right, what I want to see is how does this pull it in? So we have main here. Okay, you start app model. Okay, so here's that switch with all the different routes. Okay. Model, okay. Implement component for model. So normal there. Okay, so okay. So it's still that we're just gonna pull in browser router that way. Where is this browser router coming from? Router prelude, I guess. How does it know the route? Okay, so back to here. This is going to be app still. We're going to come back to the library. This is going to be browser router, I guess, inside of main. So we'll have browser router. I don't want that then. Well, I kind of do, right? Like I kind of want these to show up here, maybe, or maybe we're gonna have like the main app, and then we're gonna have like another landing page showing. So if I pull you up there, I don't know what to put inside of you yet. Nothing's displaying here, and you're upset because Not found as scope. We need to pull in Yew router prelude. Method not found in browser router. Okay, all that fun stuff. The method was found for... Oh, that's fun. So with these examples, you have browser router here, but okay, you have this function switch. Are you... Okay, you're called here. In browser router, you have this switch route render equals, okay, switch render switch. Okay, so that's how you tell it to do that. Do you need to be top level? Well, I think it's still yelling at me because browser router doesn't really know where this is from. Huh, but those are the only two. So we have browser router. Okay, so let's start over this. Do browser router closed like this. Then inside of here, we're gonna have our main tags, and then we'll have this switch. So now we can have main. Then we're gonna have switch. Now this switch, that's a lowercase switch. This is an uppercase switch. So we're gonna have a switch. And then this route, which is based upon this enum. Oh, first time chat, and it was a link of some kind. I don't know what that link was. Where's my streaming? Let me go find my dashboard, see what it was. Oh no, it was... It's a bot. Okay, well, thank you, Nightbot, for grabbing that. That was... Spot. Okay, well, I mean, as long as they can't do that, then they're done. All right, if I start seeing tons of follows, I'll have to go into like some kind of like defending mode here. But if that's just caught like that, then we're good. All right, so we need this route essentially. We need to pull this in to go. What was switch, and then okay, switch route like that. So we're gonna do this next. This route is actually this route here. So we need to use, we need a mod first. Almost every single channel blocks links. What's the purpose? It can't be profitable. Every once in a while they must get in there, but I don't know why. I don't know why people do that. I wonder if it's just, I wonder if it's us that are not being scammed, but the people paying them to do it that's being scammed. So then they can say, hey, we did it. Nobody clicked on it, whatever. You still, have to give us all your money. Okay, so we're going to do a mod routes. Then use routes route. Okay, so now that gives us that. Render. Now there's this switch. Render. Okay, then the switch is probably going to be this switch right here. So route and switch. Okay. Now you're upset here because you need to be bang. Oh wait, no you don't. We need to pull in use Yew prelude star. Okay. No errors there. There we go. Okay, so we see home here, which means that if we come back to our routes, and if we change this to like just something, bam, back to something. Okay, so now we want to put an actual component inside of here. So we want to shift everything out one level. So our library, we have our routes defined in here. And our main library is just basically going to hold this main. We have our switch, and I guess we will just put in like the main app, then goes inside of this. So let's create like like, would it be like the full card that we're looking at, or should I call it like app? Let's do maybe like a card. So card.rs. Actually, you know what we should do? Hold on. Let's create a components. We'll create a components directory, and inside of that, we'll put in something like, I don't know, card.rs. And then each of these components, this will be basically a component that holds other components. Now, I'm not necessarily going to do the different component sort of subfiles. We also going to need a mod.rs. So let's do mod components. You are just going to be pub mod card. Okay, so then in card, we're going to have a pub struct card as our component. This is where we're going to have our name, which is a string. Impl component, so we want to pull in use Yew prelude. So impl component for card. Okay, so type message. That type properties. That create. For our card, we're just going to start off with we're just going to bring ourselves right back to where we were, and then we're going to go further. Then we're going to go into looking at what we get for the router location. So let name equals we're back to owned. Okay, in our view. And then here, so if we follow the sort of like the idea of having like a style, we'll probably have like a section. This could be a section tag. And then inside of here, we want to throw in probably just this H1. So we'll just do our H1 and we'll have this self dot, oh, reference self dot name H1. So you're happy here, you're public, so we can grab you. Now I want to come all the way back here. We don't need this name. We're not doing anything here, so we're just gonna store stuff like that. In fact, I don't need to store anything, so we can just do like that. Context we don't care about. Browser router, okay, we switch, we render. Now we're gonna come into our router. And inside of here, I want you to be use super component. Oh, it wasn't component. It was super components. Can I just go straight there? Let's just go. Super components card. And then I think what I can do is just card like that. And there we go. We now have a router that's loading in our app into, sorry, I guess like our main card component into the app component through the router and displaying this here. Okay, excellent. Now next we need to grab this information from the URL query, but now because we have the macro, you can just use the macros, so you don't have to do all the HTML and the switch. Oh wait, what macro? Use the macros, so you don't have to use the HTML and the switch. What macro is that? Oh, is it this switch.render? That function component macro. Function component macro. So what was that? Is that in Yew router? Oh, we could use this. Oh, function component main. They're still using the HTML router here, but I wonder, so can we, hold on. So here, can I just say function component, what was it, card? Oh, it's an attribute. I can't do that. The whole outer function is useless? Aren't I using this? Oh no, I'm not using that. Okay, I'm not using that. Yeah. So that doesn't work. I don't know how to do this without the HTML. Unless like there is a Unless there is a macro I can use. It's not that same macro. It's like this one would just be, I wonder if there's an example in here of not using, let's see, where was it? It was, this would be nice if it could like just say what the component was that I cared about. But I understand that it's easier to put that down here. Yeah, they're doing HTMLs in here. The Yew example showed it. Okay, let's go back to here. The switch settings still show the HTML. So I'm not sure where we would find that. Look at the secure component again. Browser secure component. I mean, isn't that still just using HTML here? That's what it looks like to me. Or at least that's what it feels like. They're doing some stuff. Oh, they're doing like the history push stuff. Definitely. Function component secure. Oh, okay. I have an idea of what a function component is. A function component, I think, is like the equivalent of like the React or Vue function component, where you're not using the class stuff. So you don't do like the entire class extends component. It's just basically a function that returns HTML, and that's it. There's no state whatsoever. We're probably going to do this with like the Snowflake and some of the other things.
She was murdered.
Yeah, that's a good point, because here, not main, in here, I'm not doing anything with this. We should definitely be doing that. Let's switch this over. So let's change. Well, the only thing is, I still don't know how in main I need to tell it this type. So I don't know what it, like where that comes from. So I think with app we need this, maybe, possibly. But okay, back to routes. We're gonna do HTML card goes in here, like that. So everything should be happy again. We're back. Now with the router, I want to query parameters. Not when navigating. Okay, obtaining query parameters for the current route. So location.query is used, but where do I get location? Is that in a context? So here, do I just have... So can I do ctx dot location dot route? Or I guess like location dot query, I think it was what it was. No field location. Okay, so well, I was wondering if it got added into the context because I used the router. So how do I get this? Location.query is used to obtain this, but where is location? Where do I get that from? Oh, we can go back into examples. Do you have a location in here? No, not in there. Okay, can I search? Oh, I use... Oh, that's in packages, okay. Okay, here we go. Let location equals ctx.link dot location. Okay. ctx.link dot location. Location dot query. Oh, then unwrap dot query dot query. What do you return? A history result. Okay, so dot unwrap. So let's do let name equals this. Okay, you're a string, and so let's return this and see what we get. Attempted to take value method link. Oh, you're a method. Okay, so let's see what we got. We got errors. Okay, called unwrap on an error value, invalid type map, expected a string. On line 14. It uses Serde, so do I need to tell you that you are... Can I just do an inline type like this, where I have like name is string? No, I don't think I can. Okay, so... so this is going to be struct query params. So we're going to have name string for right now. So name is query params. So it is a type T. The trait bound for... okay, so we need to add in deserialize to this. So derive deserialize. Which means... so probably you router Is there... No, not Serde. How do I tell you? Do I need to pull in Serde? Okay, we need to pull in, I think, Serde Derive, I think, is what it is. Where's my lib? So there's a Serde Deserialize, I think. Or maybe not. Maybe I can just do Serde. Oh, Serde Derive. I want Serde Derive. So I want Serde and Serde Derive. Okay, so I want cargo add Serde Derive. And then I think that's a feature that I need to add in. Okay, so then for the cargo TOML, this is dependencies. Okay, so here's Serde. We do version equals Yew. Features equals derive, I think. Like that. Then, okay, deserialize, pull you in from Serde. Okay, so name, we want you to be a query params now. I do have one big error. Oh, query parameters doesn't implement display because I want to do self dot, okay. Self dot name dot name, essentially. No errors. Hey, look at that. Hello, Twitch chat. And then if I put like bang, bang, bang. There we go. Okay. So we get that out. Now, this is like pretty terrible names. So we probably want to store this in as query params. That being said, do I really need this inside of here to store? Can I just grab this out here in view? I want to say that I should be able to. Like, I should be able to just grab, call this like query params, is type this equals to this entire thing, and then we're going to return no self. It's now just going to be a reference to the query params dot name. Then we don't, then in that case, if that works, then all of you go away. This becomes function card. You come down to here and we now derive. We do this in router. We don't do this in router. Oh, we don't do this at all. Where's the function? Where's the example for that? Oh, I thought. Somewhere in here, there's that entire. Okay, there it is. Function component. So we can use this. Oh, and that's what it's gonna be called. Okay. So function component. You are card. Okay, got it. I was wondering what this thing was. Function components can't accept a receiver. Right, so you don't take anything in whatsoever. Oh, but we need the context. Okay, so it can't be a function. It cannot be a function component if we need the context, and we need the context to get the link. Okay, I was really excited that was gonna work. Okay, so we're gonna put you back. So query params, we're gonna put you as query params here. Then, okay, so we're good for there. You know what we can do? Oh, but a function component can't take properties, right? I'm really confused about the functional components and like how well they work. Because like if I can't get properties, I guess properties are also part of context. So okay, so query properties.name, query params, I want you to be name here. It's gonna be reference to self dot query params.name. Okay. So we should be back to a working state. I remove those bangs. Then here we go with that. Okay, so we have the hello Twitch chat. So we have our entire message. So for this one, we're going to change it to be, I wonder how this is going to work. I guess we do it like this. And we'll say, Merry Christmas, space like that. I guess it should just be Twitch chat for right now. So there, and then we're gonna want to center this and maybe make it a more festive color. Function component can pass in a struct that derives properties. Interesting, it yelled at me when we had something inside of it. So we'll have to take a look at that again later. And then maybe we can like change these and make it all better. Let's put in a style section for this. So we'll have style and then for you it's just gonna be you know what we could do? I could create a function for this. So function style, which returns a string. Actually, it returns a, what is it? Static stir. And then here we do that R like this, I think. Or is it like that? I think it's like that. then this style, put in call style. So now there's a little bit more sort of view style, or the CSS inline, like not really inline, but like the CSS in the component style that you can get with that plugin, which I forget what it's called. So here we're gonna say, okay, let's give this an ID. I think styles are global, so we have to give this an ID of card. So we can namespace this. We can say card, then children under this. So H1 under the card. I want you to be, we can make you green. So we'll say color. Actually, we'll make you do span. Color green. And then I want you to be this H1. Here we're going to have a span. Like that. So the word will be that. Okay. Style sheet should be local. That's what that one .get class name was showing. Oh, interesting. Okay. So the get class name would give me a unique. Oh, okay. So the get class name is for scoped classes. Nice. That's actually really good to know. So we can maybe go back to using that again. Let's see if this works for right now. It does. Okay, so we get that. If we go back to, where's that? This one, style. Okay, so the get class name. Okay, that's what I mean. I was wondering about this. So style.get class name. So we create the style. Okay, so this gives us a style stir. And then we create a new style. And then whatever. Yeah, they're not very good at showing like new projects. Like it's always like, oh, I wish like the documentation was like that much better, but they'll get better over time. Like they're obviously focused on like features rather than documentation. Yeah, that's what it seems to be. What it doesn't show is how to apply the style. That just shows how to get the class name, unless there's something else in here too. So if I do, let's just do this in here. So let's do let style equals style. Use that new. And this is going to be the style string. So we're going to call style like that. Okay. Unwrap. So that gives me the style. Now, the idea here is that we can do a class. So instead of this ID card, we'll do a class equals, and then you're going to have this get class name. So style dot get class name. Ooh, look at that. And get style string. Get the parsed and generated style in stir. This is usually used for debug purposes, or, I mean, okay. I want to get the class name. So I want that. And then in this style, I guess I want style dot get style string. Style does not live long enough. Let's clone you. If you're a string, right? No? Burn Cydia, hello, good morning. Scout News scoping it. Okay. Let's store these in here then. So in card, we're gonna have our style is gonna be a style like that. Okay. So then in create, I'm gonna store you. Okay, style. Welcome. We are building a Christmas themed sort of like card web page, and I'm using Yew and Rust. Yew is a relatively new web assembly sort of front end framework. Think React that we can use like pure Rust to build. And it's still pretty new. The documentation is a little bit dodgy, but most new projects are. And so we're trying to get styling to working here. So then in this case, this is now going to be self.style.getClassName. Now, do I still need the clone? Maybe not. Maybe. No. Okay, that works. Then this is going to be self.style to get style stir. You tried using it, you're still using Vue.js, but Rust for lots of CLI programs and games in Godot. I have not tried making things in Godot yet. I've heard some really good things with it. I saw Mr. Halsey has been doing, well, I haven't seen him stream recently, but previously he was doing a lot in Godot. What? You came back? Now what? Self has an anonymous lifetime, but it needs to satisfy a static lifetime requirement. Why? Oh, because of this? What if I made you a string? And then we just did dot into. Then no, okay. So class 2 owned? Okay, or can I do reference? Reference here too. Oh, it is so unhappy. Okay, the trait bound U classes standard convert from double stir is not satisfied. Okay, so it really doesn't like that. Fans are very loud. It shouldn't be super loud. Could be the music. I can turn off the music temporarily. Here, tell me if you can still hear it. Okay, so it doesn't like this. Just forget class name. Oh, is the music? How interesting. Hissing sounds. I wasn't hearing that, but I have it very turned down. Let's try a different song. Okay, skip forward. How about, can I just do a dot into? No, because it doesn't know how to convert it. Type annotation needed. Okay. So it returns a class name for the current style, and it returns a stir. Wait, do I have to put wrap quotes around this? Oh, do I have to wrap quotes around this? like that. Oh, that's what I need to do. Okay, so if I do this, back to here. So here we can see our class section. Oh, no, look at that. It just gave a literal, that's not what we wanted. Okay, nope, nope, nope. How about this? Okay, so in main, now class equals self style get class name. Okay, so that's also incorrect. It's like literally just that stir. Do I have to create this into a function, like a variable first? It's like let style string equals, I guess it would be stir. Self dot style get style stir. Now I want you to be style stir. I mean, oh, this is get style name. Hold on, get style name. There. Hello, Viable. Is you like React or just JSX? It feels, so stacking's probably more correct because stacking, I believe, has used more of these frameworks than I have, but it's feeling pretty close to React to me. And it does a lot of compiling from WASM and like sort of pulls that together. Okay, so what are you? You are yelling at me about anonymous lifetime, but it needs to satisfy a static lifetime requirement. So if I too owned this, now you become a string, and now can I do that? You're not yelling at me here. Okay, here we go. Section class stylist, whatever, that random stuff. And then we have this style in here. Oh, look at that. Style, stylist, card. Okay, so cool. So we're gonna come back to here and we don't need this anymore. We're just gonna say a span in here has the color green. There we go. And nobody else is gonna get that because this is now scoped to this component. Other LGBT compilers are also available. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of them recently, which is really exciting. But we're playing with Yew and what they're suggesting today. We might be playing with some other ones in the future. So far, it's decently good. I've been doing some interesting things. I'm putting the style stuff in the same component, which is more Vue style than React style. And so far, this is looking pretty decently good. Okay, so... Okay. So we have you out here. Now, that gives us this. I want to center you. So we're also going to... I guess for that H1, gonna make text align center. There we go. Okay, so now we're centered here. The CSS here looks like styled JSX. I guess so, yeah, because we're basically converting into a string. Or we're using this, I don't know, is this, what is this? This is not like a macro, but it's very similar. But this is a Rust thing where I can basically say, hey, give me like just a long thing. DSL, yeah, I don't remember what it's called though. It is pretty cool for creating like stirs that are multi-line. All right, so we have this, we have, basically we're just now, it's called magic. Or, I don't know if you can hear that. Magic. Okay. So that is, I believe, our first story. As a card viewer, I want to see my name, right? So the name is going to be, your name is up there right now, Twitch chat, but let's say your name was, I don't know, let's do stacking. Then it works there. Your name is Null. I believe that would work. It still works. Okay. So yes, it basically allows us to do whatever we want here. So that's pretty cool. So as a card viewer, I want to see my name. Now, we have some warnings. Nope, don't want to do that. I want to take care of our warnings first. So unused imports here. We don't need any of those. Our main is incredibly simple now. Oh, and that's it. That was all of our warnings. So I can close all of these down. Let's get add. Okay, that's pretty much everything. Oh, get commit-am. So at this point, we are now displaying the users, or like the viewers, name. All right. So what do we have left? That's our first story that we got done. However, that was like a huge piece of it, right? Because now things are going to be a little bit simpler because we already know what we need to do. For the message part, that's going to be just, well, we have to create the message and throw it in there. So I only have like 13 minutes until 12 o'clock when I probably want to go grab lunch. Let's see how far we can get with this next user story, which is going to be, I want to see the message. Okay, so let's, now if I want to do the message like this, I kind of like, that's two things with just strings. Do I really want to, do I want to create any kind of like a component for the full like message? But if I do that, I can't really control like the color of like the one word of it, which would be really nice to be able to say like, hey, you get like inside of this thing, because I could also like break it up. It's like Merry Christmas. It's like the first part of the message and the second part, I don't know. There's a conversation in Stager's stream the other day. Should unused variables functions stop the build, assuming the compiler is stripping these out? So I was told when I asked a long time ago that in production mode, it strips out absolutely everything. In fact, that's one of the reasons why it's perfectly fine to do things like use prelude star. in debug mode, it pulls all of that stuff in. In production mode, it strips everything that I'm not using out. So yes, it absolutely should strip them out. It should not error, I don't think. There's probably lots of reasons for that. Especially since like in debug mode, you might want to be able to like step through and like just do little things here and there. But should it abort the build? I mean, I don't think so. Because like in that case, if it aborts the build, then Prelude is dead. Like you won't be able to do this anymore. That would be a huge change to a lot of people. To a lot of code bases. I don't like it. Maybe a flag or a clippy thing. I would rather it be a linter thing than a compile thing. Okay, so if I want to create like, maybe I just want like a string. So let's do a components for just like a message, like we'll call this like simple text, or maybe this would be like a header subheader. It's like a maybe header.rs. If we had like a component library that we started pulling in, this could be really interesting to start doing. Now we want to use prelude star. I want to try to do this functional component again this time. So if we do like a pub function, we need pull in you too. So call this header. We know you're gonna return HTML. And so we're gonna use the HTML macro. And we'll just say, just put a div in here right now. Now, can I do, let's go find that example again. I want this function component, and you're going to be a header. Now, you're not yelling at me right now, but can I put like props inside of here? So can I put like props, which is something? I don't know what you are. Expected a reference to a properties type. Oh, okay. So a reference to properties like that. Add a dyn keyword before this trait. Dyn properties? Oh, because it's a trait. Impl properties? No, it doesn't like any of that. Oh, function, okay. So it's concept, function, components. Let's go take a look at that. So function components. Simplified version, normal components. Okay, so here we have this function component. Hello world, you return that. We want, use state. So they're very React-like. U comes with the following predefined hooks. Wait. Function component. With props, okay. Derive properties. Wait. I have to still give it a struct? That's too bad. That's not what I was hoping. But okay. All right. Well, we'll do it. Okay, so let's try this again. So I'll just take you. So we're gonna have rendered at props. Props. So in this case, the properties that I'm looking for here are just gonna be the main text. And then I want three things. I want like the level of the header. So I want like a level, and you can be a U8, so we can have like 1 through H1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I want a pub. I want like the main text, and then I want the like whatever is going to be inside of that final one. That still kind of sucks. Maybe we'll do color. So pub, we'll do color, which can be we'll probably want, we could do a string, but I could also do I can do a type. I don't know, like the header, the entire thing is like not feeling that great anymore. I don't really think I need it. It's like it's a lot of extra work, but down here in card, if I just do, we have this style, we have this H1, and then if I do another one down here, so here, this would be an H2. This would not be an H2. This would be a paragraph. We would then pull in the name. Yeah, okay. I don't think that there's a reason for these headers. I have to say, reading these docs, I like this new function component change compared to the old way. I didn't look at the old way. I'll believe that it's much better. Usually things do get better. Okay, so if we have name, we're also gonna have message. We're gonna be a string. So you're gonna deserialize out of that. So we're gonna have creepparams.message now. We're gonna have our p tag, and in here we're just gonna have a reference to self.queryparams.message. So if we do that, I don't think we have to do anything special here. We'll probably have to style this for sizing, but do Twitch chat again. You are not displaying anything. Oh, we have 2 errors. Unwrap on value, missing field message. Okay, so then we want ampersand message equals, and then this is going to be have a happy holiday. So that's not too bad size, except I am looking at this at 400. So if I want to do this like normally, that's pretty small. We're gonna want to change this sizing around a little bit. So first of all, we want this also to be centered. So in this case, let's just make star centered in this case. So now everything should be centered. Don't know what that was about. Okay, let's also make this H1 really big. So we'll make our H1 here. You're gonna be a font size. I keep on like waiting for it to auto help me because I'm just so used to that with web development. I think we're gonna do maybe like 2 rem. Yeah, it could be much bigger. My favorite trick is to come here and just do this trick. Give plenty of room for names. So we'll do 5 rem. Okay. 5 rem for this. Now for you, I want our P tag to have a font size of maybe like just slightly smaller. So let's do like 3 rem. Okay, that should be fairly easy to see too. And then if I want, the old way was like the example counter app, you did the start where you need to do message passing. Oh, message. I sort of figured they still had message stuff, but oh, it's hooks. Okay, the hooks versus classes again. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, to actually like get into hooks, but I don't think that this application is going to require them. Maybe a future one that I do will require us to go deeper into that. Okay, so we have you, everything should be fine. I don't really have a problem with like leaving this at this size, at this location. We could move it down with a margin or a padding. Probably here. So we do like a P. If I want this in the exact center of the screen, so middle and top, the way we would do this is we give, let's see, this section, we're going to make you a display flex. And then for this P tag, it's going to be, oh, what is it called? It's not display. It's justify, I think. Justify self. Oh, wait, is it this one or is it the parent one? Justify content. Oh, and then what sizing are you? Oh, you're only that size. So then main, we need to tell you main to be height. If I just say like 100%, that doesn't help, right? No. 100 view height. Now main goes the entire viewport, which means section is still this, but now what we can say is, actually I could just put the height in here, right? So height 100 view height. Okay, so now you're that height. Justify content revert. What creates are you using except the Yew? Hello Rustguard. Let's see. So we're using glue. Actually don't need this glue console. Well, we learned that we don't need that because glue exports glue console. So glue allows us to sort of like reach in and grab things directly from, it's sort of like, it's helpers with Webpack, like the actual web like the DOM nodes, so I can just do things, grab things. Like I can get the document and then do query selector essentially. Wasm bindgen, thank you, Stacking, that's what it is. So glue and glue utils are super helpful there. Currently I'm not using them, so I can remove them right now. Serde I'm using to grab the query parameters and then turn them into a struct that I can grab stuff out of. So both Serde drive and Serde. Stylist I'm using to get style sheets and basically use scoped styles for the components, and then Yew and Yew router. So let's see. Oh no, it wasn't justify content. It's like vertical align. Okay, it's not vertical align. It's there's something else, and I can't remember. Maybe align content. Nope, not that one. Serde is a classical trait. I know it totally is. Align items. Ooh, okay. Align items. Middle. Center. There we go. Okay, center for that. And then I want, okay, so then I want to align items for the top one at the top. Okay. So I'm gonna come back into you. All right, so we're gonna say that this section you are going to be a display flex. Then I want to have the section is not only display flex, we're also going to have align. Oh no, it went away. Was it align items? I think it was align items. So display flex, align items, middle? No. Oh, and then we also need the height. So height 100 view height. There we go. So align. Okay, so we need display flex. Height is 100 view height. Align items is center. No, that's so display flex. Height is that. Then I want this to be align self is going to be top, and this P is going to be align self center. I think that's how it works. Not exactly. Close. So here we have, oh wait. Ooh, why didn't you work? Okay, so I see the align self. Oh, this section. Because of the class? Huh, why can't I see that? Why didn't that work? See, here's the style that we see. It's like stylist, section display, okay. That, I would think that should grab it, but when I look at you, I'm not seeing that it grabbed this information. It didn't grab the styles. The HTML macro is an amazing thing in Yew. It's pretty nice. So why didn't you get that information? So you are an actual section tag. Okay, so what if I do... Okay. So if I do like just a div inside of here. Now I just want this div. Div your display flex height. Then I also want your h1, your tech, your align self, your also justify self center. Oh, align self is not right. What are you? You are justify content. Ooh, no. Okay. I have to do that to the parent? I can't do align self. You're saying invalid property value. Oh. It's begin, isn't it? Flex start. Okay. So align self, flex start. So, and then justify self. Oh, justify is a grid thing only. I guess like, oh, section's outside the style. You're right. Okay, section was outside the style. That is absolutely correct. That's the reason. You know what I need to do? I need to move this div up here. There we go. I put the div there so that way I can put the style up here. That's what I want to do. And then also fix. Okay. That'll make it a little bit easier. So this section has this class on it, so then this goes into you. Okay, so now you... I don't need this div anymore. You can be a section again. You will work. I think I need to wrap this around a div to make it at the top. Or no, at the top it's easy because it's the align self. The align self flex start, since it's not a grid or flex item, oh, once again, this didn't get anything. I really thought that was going to work. This stylist. Oh, look at that. It's stylist space section. Okay, hold on. I need to do this class. Comes up here to the div. Then I think it'll work. Okay, so now we see you section. Okay, now we see your display flex, the height of 100 view H. H1, we now see, okay, your font size, your align self flex start. Is there anything else? Yeah, we want flex start. Now justify self. only works in grid, not on flex. So we need a different one. So I don't think justify content is going to work. But in this case, we want them both to be in the center. So putting that on the section is probably the best. So then we're going to say justify content center. And then you don't need that. And you don't need that. And we don't need you anymore. Or maybe we do. Oh, there's the entire column thing too, isn't there? I totally forgot about that. In this section, there's the flex direction. And I want a column. Column like that. Justify column, justify content center. Do I have to do that in another? Huh, why do you make you left? Ooh, you might be right. Hold on. Width, 100 view width. Doesn't seem to like to do this. Huh. What did I do? Oh, apparently there's some cool things you could do when you click on something like that. I mean, that's cool and all. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's see. So what's the point? What am I trying to get to? I want to get this at the top of the screen. So we have you align self flex start. But that's not doing anything anymore because I put on a flex direction. Of a column. And then, oh, there's another thing in flex, isn't there? There's a flex. Flex flow? There's something to make it like the space between like the flex start. There's one blog that I go, it's like the CSS tricks Flexbox. It's been out for a long time, but it's always where I go to sort of like find, okay, what do I want to get? I want to get something at the top and something at the middle, and that's all I really care about. Except that doesn't have what I want in it, does it? Okay, maybe. Do I need to use grid flex flow maybe? Align items, align content, flex direction. Oh, there's also column and row. So what about row? Oh no, row is all together in one row, and column is there. Okay, never mind. What am I thinking? I want it to be column, so I want them to be on top of each other like that. Then I want there to be space between which I forget I think these are all grid-based things. Column, like justify, I guess it was like the line items. Oh, okay, here we go, center. Oh, would it be the justify? No, not flex flow. Justify items? No, I want something that allows me like to space between them all, but I don't remember what it's called. Ooh, okay, this is closer. So justify content, I can also do, okay, space evenly, space around. Okay, that's closer. Space between, the message will be at the bottom. Maybe that would work. Maybe that, or space around. I want, okay, so if I do space between, then that will go be down to the bottom like that. Now, if I want to move this top one, because this is like full website, right? The message is at the bottom. I think what we can do to sort of like deal with this. All right, what are we doing? We're doing justify content, space between, flex direction, and align items, I think is the main changes. So justify content is center, flex direction is a column. And we'll give it a width also. Okay, so display flex, height, flex direction, align items. Is that center? Center. And then justify content, space between. And then sort of like the trick that I think will make this work is I'm just going to add in another empty div here. Oh, I missed that one. That was... How are you in the center? Okay, you're aligned self flex start. So now you're both on the left? No, okay, now you're both good there. Interesting, the align self screwed everything up. So now this text is in the middle every time. So like as I go down, it stays in the middle here. There are some weird issues in here. So let's go to a CDN CSS reset. Let's get a Meyer reset and grab this really quickly. grab a link tag, and we'll put this into our index.html. Might as well also say something like Merry Christmas. Now things look a little bit more centered here. If I remove this completely, that should be in the center. And just to make things maybe a little bit nicer, we can give a tiny bit of a margin around everything. And sort of like a global, do I want this as like a global, or do I want to just say here, we'll just say a margin top is maybe like 1 rem. And for the P, I don't think I want anything there. Just that. So you're not glued to the top anymore. And you're nice in the center. If anything, I want to move this up just a little bit. But if I do that, I think the easiest way would be just to add another one of these empty divs in here. So it's going to be 1/3 of the way down, as opposed to half the way. So there we go. I think that looks nice. This is maybe a little bit of a weird hack. So let's give it a HTML comment here. You don't like that? How do I do comments in HTML? It's been forever since I've done that. Wait, can I just do hack for spacing with flex? More hacks. Oh, cool. I could just put comments into the into the HTML, and it's like normal Rust comments. All right, so now we get our message showing up here, which means that we can go ahead and we have some errors. Don't care, that's not a real error. Let's open up our README, and that is this one. That's an excellent question. Let's see if it adds it to the HTML. So that was in the section. No, so it does not create that, it does not turn that comment into an actual comment in the HTML. So it's truly just a comment for us developers, which is the best type of comment. I know, boo, boo. I think to make it an actual comment, to make it a, don't print that. To make it an actual comment, I'm pretty sure we need to do something like, ooh, wait, what's an actual, now I need to look it up. HTML comment. Oh, so I was correct. It is, okay, so it's open, bang, dash, dash, and then close with dash, dash, close. That's what I thought. And it doesn't like this. So bang, test, comment. So if I do that, Rust Analyzer, you're yelling at me. Oh, and I'm not seeing you here. And you're yelling bloody murder because it doesn't like this at all. So the unfortunate answer is that apparently we can't do comments in the HTML macro. or at least if we do want to do comments, it's not a normal HTML comment. So that's too bad. All right, so you saved. Oh, come on. Okay, we're good there again. You're saved. Why is this showing all red? Oh, it's still because like the same thing where it's trying to find. Okay, we're just getting the mod stuff, right? We're doing the mod routes. I'm not getting header anywhere. Header doesn't exist anymore. That's just Rust Analyzer freaking out. So close you. We see the message now. Okay, so I can close that up. And status. All right, so let's see. Commit -am. We can now see the message on the screen. All right, and I'll go ahead and push that up. Okay, so the plan is to continue on with this the next time that I stream. I'm thinking about streaming again tomorrow morning. I don't know exactly the time that it's going to be. I also have tomorrow off. I kind of want to get this done before Christmas Day, so before Saturday, if possible. Anyways, I think that things are going to go a little bit faster now that we have like the basics set up for ourselves. Now it's, I think the thing that might give us the most trouble is going to be the animations. So like a lot of these things we already figured out, like that's just the ground and sky are just rectangles. They're just divs. Okay, that's not going to be a problem. The trees and the forests and the stars, like seeing them, probably not going to be a problem. They're just going to be icons that we can load up with CSS. Placing them all, probably not going to be too hard, but then making them fall and then repeat, and then lots of snow falling, that's going to be probably the most difficult part of this. That being said, while it has been a while since I've done any CSS animations, I don't think it's going to be that hard for us to get done. Plus I do have this entire CSS the Missing Guide book that we're going to use liberally tomorrow if we need to. So anyways, with that, thank you everybody for hanging out with me today, and thank you for all the help. Stacking, once again, thank you for the 5 gift subs. I will be back tomorrow sometime. Can't say exactly when, so just if you want to follow the channel, then you'll get the notifications when I go live. So with that, have a great rest of your day and see you next time. Bye.